everyone. This is Lynn Logic. Welcome to this week's episode, Season 3, Episode 1, Part 1. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Thank you, David Bowie. This episode is about changes, but also about the psychology and effects. Right now, during this stage of my transition, I am at my mother's, my 79-year-old Jewish mother. Stay tuned, because at the end of this episode, we're going to take a look at some of the old people shit my mom has and judge her. I'm her daughter, so she is used to this. Come, join me. For instance, look at this sign. It says, "I laughed so hard, tears ran down my leg." Fucking love that shit. Quick recap. I am a widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic, and I am a survivor of a blood clot in my brain caused by birth control pills, an experience that ultimately led to a hysterectomy. I am also the daughter of a man who spent 23 years in prison. Trauma and I are well acquainted. Those are just the top 3 highlights. I may come across as a walking embodiment of Murphy's Law, but laughter has always been part of my survival plan. Professionally, I've spent 25 years working in accounting and operations across real estate, car dealerships, and hotels. I also hold a BA in psychology. I have always loved patterns, numbers, and categories. Lynn Logic exists because of that love. Stick around and watch. I'm building watch hours and a personality. If you want a fast-track intro, check out the combined videos, my narrative, and the worst day ever for a crash course. Also, Lynn Logic is now a podcast, which means you can listen to me while other people talk at you. You can find the podcast on Dystopia, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Patreon, and Spotify, which, like YouTube, Spotify holds both video and audio. I'm trying to be everywhere. Can you tell? Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok too. Over on Dystopia, I've made merch, because of course I did. Each episode comes with its own episode-specific shit to buy. My twisted sense of humor also comes with visuals. You're welcome. Let's get started. This will be a multiple-part episode as I transition in my life, and truth be told, I do not know where I'm going to end up, so it is a journey too. I want to talk about change. In my life, I have had my fair share of changes. In my world, change can be divided into 2 categories, and those are based on choice. On whether or not the change is your choice. When change happens, it doesn't matter how the outcome is resolved or how you adapt. The effect of the initial change comes down to whether or not it is your choice. A simple example is the choice of leaving a job. Whether you are fired or quit, the change is the same, but the choice dictates the effect. All the change in my life that was not my choice, well, the hardest bits happened in the last 3 years of my life and came with great loss. I am 46, and in the last 3 years I lost my husband, his family, friends, homes, job, pets, my mind, my sanity, my health, and a piece of my soul. Change with loss just hits differently. You hear the platitudes constantly. You know these. I'm doing this for your own good. This will make you stronger. One day you will look back and laugh. All these types of sentences have one thing in common. Time. Time makes loss and change palpable. But these sentences offer very little comfort and usually make me just want to punch you. Although I won't. Mainly because I don't want to have to deal with the consequences of it. You know what they say. The first step in preventing murder is self-control. I don't know who they is, but they say a lot of funny shit. Like the quote, "Some people are like slinkies. They are only good for pushing down a flight of stairs." I've always loved that quote. So right now, I am in a major transition again. I am stronger now, but I still break and crumble. Do you know what the real American dream is? It is to not worry about food and shelter. It is to not worry about insurance. It is to not worry about living check to check. The American dream is to not worry about the basics. For someone like me who has been chewed up and spit out and discarded, it is particularly difficult. My anxieties are neurodivergent and have PTSD. I can no longer function in the world I spent so much time in. I am still looking for my new place in the world while I am trying to heal at the same time and explain to those around me why and how I'm not the same person I was before my late husband. I have realized something. I've been neurodivergent for a while. Did anyone else do this? When I was 16 and learning to drive in East Charlotte, I would figure out the speed to go down the roads so that you can hit every green light. For instance, if you drive down Monroe Road in Charlotte at 44 miles per hour and hit one green light, you can usually hit them all until the road name changes to 7th Street. Charlotte roads change names a bunch without you changing roads. Or they will change directions and you won't know the road went left and you are now on a different road. It's like some drunk toddler with ADHD designed them. But change and loss can feel like failure. And to people who don't see the details, it can look like failure. How do you explain that getting up in the morning and having drive and doing something is a hell of an accomplishment for most people? Not just showing up, but showing up with a good attitude and doing what you do that makes you shine and people around you smile. I see me, I see you, and I love you. I know that you were dealt the cards you have been dealt, and you still do something. Healing and functioning are not the same thing. Look, I'm not special. The things I have been through are incredibly common. The only difference with me is not in quality, but quantity. I don't think I am special because what I've been through is familiar, albeit stacked, but familiar. I am relatable because I have had a lot of common shit happen to me. Widow of an alcoholic? Well, we have AA that is incredibly free and a support group on a massive scale to deal with the addictive tendencies of a drug we can't outlaw because it creates too much crime. But Al-Anon is just as full for those dealing with alcoholics. The blood clot in the brain caused by birth control pills, a low percentage, but still can happen. But here's the common bit. Migraines. The amount of people that suffer from migraines is high as fuck. And those that have had a migraine understand the pain and the fact that they suck hard, like a slap in the face in the middle of a blizzard. So when I say I had 20 years of chronic headaches, migraines, and migraine attacks that were semi-stroke-like, those with migraines understand the gravity. Now women understand when I say it was all caused by birth control pills. And afterwards led to a hysterectomy because of adenomyosis. Now women understand bleeding. I mean, we do bleed for a week and don't die. And yet motherfuckers still want to try us. Women understand pain. That's just a fact. We are trained by our bodies to accept pain. What else is a period other than preparation for birth in the pain department? And when I say the reason I was taking the birth control pills is because of PCOS, women understand that burden and annoyance. We deal. It's what we do. I put my bra on one boob at a time. Hell, I started this week by calling 988. Do you know what that is? I just learned about it recently. And I called it for the first time. It was nice. I needed to vent. I did make the girl cry and laugh so hard she couldn't breathe. I think I got a new follower. But I'm going to tell you, sometimes it is nice to talk to a stranger. Although I do get tired of telling my backstory. It is just so long. I got pulled over once and had the most white experience ever. I mean, I corrected the police officer when he mathed wrong and he thanked me. He was telling me how I could get out of the ticket by telling the judge my story, and I just responded with, I'm tired of telling my story. That is both true and false. I'm tired of explaining why I am the way I am or why my situation is super fucked. Hi, I'm Lynn. I like to be fucked, but not like this. Also, dude, you're giving me a ticket and then telling me how to get out of it. Huh. Weird world, right? That's fucking great. So yes, change is difficult, whether it is your choice or not. So once you get over the shock of the change, Cry if you need to, but then pick your ass up because it's chin up, tits out in this world. So come with me on my journey of change. I once heard a saying, the only constant in this world is change. I've also been recently told that you don't have to think to listen to me, so listen and laugh with me. Laughing is more fun than crying. Remember what them Bloodhound Gang boys said. Life is short and hard like a bodybuilding elf. Now, the next line of that is a bit darker and wouldn't apply to this situation. Oh, the irony of quoting a song called Lift Your Head Up High and Blow Your Brains Out for the point of inspiration. Alanis, is that ironic? Chin up, tits out, bye.
Okay, the first thing that we have as far as old lady shit in my 79-year-old Jewish mother's house is this. This is hand shaped for, wait for it, hand towels. Also, as an added bonus, we have a pig because we ain't found shit. The other thing that we have in a 79-year-old Jewish woman's house is Torah pages. We also have the family wall of the old pictures. The old pictures. Those are the potato farmers. Yep, stop it, Stevie. Then we have the pictures of the ancestors who came over through Ellis Island. These are my great grandparents, and they came over through Ellis Island from Belarus in the late 1800s. And this picture was taken in 1895. Yeah. Now, I do want to show you one thing that we have. You see this letter? This is a letter from the Pope to my grandmother offering, His Holiness cordially invokes upon you the divine blessings of joy and peace. Okay, so honestly, I think my grandmother did that because she really just wanted to have that letter on a wall of a Jewish woman. It was blessings from the Pope. So my mom is old, and which means that she gets approached by scammers a lot. And a scammer tried to sell her Trisha Yearwood pots and pans, and so she then, figured out it was a scam, and then wrote to Trisha Yearwood, and Trisha Yearwood sent her pots and pans. See, she's got pretty pots and pans. Okay, now here's the thing. Trisha Yearwood also sent a letter. See, can we just read one part of it where it says, "To my mother. I'm sure your daughters are proud of you. Sounds like they have a great dad. Give them my best." We do have a great dad. Her name is Leslie. Great dad. So you have to remember that this is my mom, which means that the pictures of me and my sister that line the hallways, there they are. Yes, they are. And take a look at little me in high school. There you go. Stand here. Okay, you see that on the wall? That dress, the amount of people in my family that came home from the hospital after being born in that dress is insane. I don't know how many it is, but it's hanging up in my mom's and it's still. Okay, let me explain something else that my mom has. My dog is 9.8 pounds, okay? What she's got are cats. This is Charlie, okay? You see Charlie? That fucking cat. This fucking cat is 25 pounds. 25-pound cat. She also has Stevie. This is Stevie Nicks. The other one's name is Charlie Daniels. But yes, yeah, yeah, Stevie. Do, 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 do. All the lamps in my mom's house were my grandmother's, and they are beautiful. They look beautiful still. Bye. My mother has an obsession with bunnies. Let me show you how many bunnies are in this house. Bunnies everywhere. They fucking reproduce like, well, bunnies.
Season 3, this will be a multiple part episode as I am transitioning, I don't know, and a piece of my soul. Change was all the change that it, my soul. Change with loss just hits differently. I gotta redo this. New place in the world while I still chewed up and spit out and discarded. It is a particularly different me, why, and how. I'm not the same person I was before my late sentence. That was a run-on sentence. And to heal at the same time and explain to my late husband. I have realized something. I've been longer function in the world I spent to fuck and fuck again. I am trying to heal and why am I having so hard time with this? And doing something is a hell of accomplishment for no shit. True are incredibly common. The only difference with me is in it. The only difference with me is not in quality but quantity. I am relatable because I've had a lot of common shit happen to me. Wife of a. He was telling me how I could just. I put. Oops. Are my boobs not big enough for this? Oh, that's part of the sleeve. That makes sense. There we go. Sorry. Chin up, tits out. Bye.